Your progress thinks it's fast when it's actually slow. Think of it this way: you're not fixed, you're evolving. Sometimes that evolution feels less like a triumphant march and more like stumbling through a fog, occasionally tripping over a stubborn rock of self-doubt. But even the stumbles are part of the journey. They are data points, lessons learned, reminders that you are not alone in this messy, beautiful process. Healing doesn't end, it transforms. Like you're running on empty. But haven't done anything? Like your soul has been subtly pickpocketed? It's not the exhaustion of a long day, it's a deeper, more pervasive tiredness, a low-level hum of unease permeating your being. This isn't about needing a nap, it's about something far more profound. Is your exhaustion less I ran a marathon and more I stared blankly at a wall for 3 hours? That feeling of being utterly drained, despite a relatively inactive day, speaks volumes. It whispers of a deeper exhaustion, one that transcends the physical realm and touches the very core of your being. This isn't just fatigue, it's a silent scream from your soul. Imagine this. You wake up already drained. The alarm clock's shrill shriek feels less like a wake-up call and more like a personal affront. Coffee offers a fleeting reprieve, a temporary truce with the existential dread that's already settled in like a persistent houseguest. You scroll through social media, comparing your blog to everyone else's meticulously curated amazing, feeling even worse. You're tired. But you don't know why. It's not the exhaustion of a hard day's work, a deeper malaise, a pervasive sense of emptiness that leaves you feeling hollowed out, sensing distant dreams felt closer than before. This isn't about needing more sleep, it's about something far more profound. This feeling, this inexplicable exhaustion, is a cry for help from a part of yourself you haven't acknowledged, a neglected garden overgrown with weeds. Enter Carl Jung, the original shadow self-whisperer. He would say that chronic, inexplicable tiredness isn't just laziness, it's a signal. Jung believed our unconscious holds untold energies, and when we ignore it, it screams, through exhaustion. This unlived life, as Jung might call it, manifests as pervasive, soul-sucking fatigue. It's not your physical body rebelling, it's your psyche begging for attention. It's a subtle, yet powerful rebellion. Ignoring your inner demons apparently leads to more demons. And these demons are really bad at making coffee. That persistent, inexplicable tiredness isn't just a lack of sleep, it's a full-blown mutiny staged by your subconscious. Think of it as your inner world staging a passive-aggressive rebellion against your neglect. You've been ignoring the whispers, the subtle nudges from your soul, and now it's shouting, in the form of bone-deep exhaustion. It's a silent protest against a life lived half-heartedly, a life where the vibrant colors of your true self are muted by the grayscale of routine and unfulfilled desires. This isn't a physical problem, it's a spiritual drought. Your soul is parched, craving attention, yearning for expression. The tiredness isn't a punishment, it's a plea, a gentle nudge toward self-discovery, a subtle invitation to delve into the depths of your being and uncover the treasures hidden beneath the surface. It's a reminder that true vitality stems not from external achievements, but from inner harmony. Ignoring the whispers only amplifies the scream. Imagine your psyche as a garden. If you tend only to the pretty flowers, your conscious desires, the weeds, unconscious desires, choke the life out of everything. That overwhelming tiredness? It's the weeds fighting for sunlight. The neglected parts of yourself are literally draining your energy. It's a silent scream from the parts of you that yearn to be seen, heard, and understood. This isn't about pushing harder, it's about listening inward. It's a chance to explore the hidden parts of yourself that are crying out for attention, for expression, for a chance to finally bloom. It's as if your subconscious is playing a very passive-aggressive game of hide and seek, and the prize is your energy. It's a subtle rebellion, a quiet protest against a life lived only partially, a life where the full spectrum of your potential remains untapped. Think of it as a slow leak in your life's energy tank, a small drip, drip, drip of unfulfilled potential slowly draining your reserves. This exhaustion isn't a punishment, it's a wake-up call. It's a chance to tend to the neglected parts of your inner garden, to nurture the hidden seeds of your potential, and to finally allow your true self to blossom. And yes, maybe therapy could help with the weeding. So, you're dragging yourself through the day, fueled by lukewarm coffee and the faint hope that something, anything, will spark joy. You're scrolling through perfectly filtered lives on social media, wondering why your highlight reel looks more like a home movie shot in a blizzard. You feel this pervasive, soul-crushing tiredness, a fatigue that transcends simple exhaustion. It's a deep, bone-aching weariness that no amount of sleep seems to alleviate. This isn't just the Monday morning blues, it's a silent scream from your neglected inner landscape. This deep-seated exhaustion isn't a sign of weakness, it's a symptom of a disconnect. It's the subtle rebellion of your unconscious, a gentle, or not so gentle, nudge to pay attention to the parts of yourself you've been ignoring. It's your inner world whispering, then shouting, then practically screaming, "Hey! Over here! I exist!" And it's doing so by draining your energy reserves, leaving you feeling utterly depleted. It's like your body is saying, "Fine, if you want, listen to your heart, it'll make sure you feel it." It's your soul's passive-aggressive way of saying, "I need a vacation from you." This isn't about pushing harder, it's about listening inward. It's about acknowledging that this tiredness isn't just physical, it's an emotional and spiritual exhaustion, a profound lack of fulfillment. It's the weight of unlived dreams, unexplored passions, and perhaps some long-forgotten hurts. It's a sign that you're not operating at full capacity, that a significant part of you is being neglected, left to wither in the shadows. This isn't a problem to be solved, it's a puzzle to be explored. This deep-seated exhaustion isn't a sign of weakness. It's a cry for attention from a part of you that's been silently screaming for a voice. Imagine your psyche as a vast, unexplored landscape. You've been diligently cultivating a small, manicured garden, your conscious self, while leaving the wild, untamed wilderness completely neglected. That wilderness isn't empty, it's teeming with potential, with passions waiting to bloom, with stories begging to be told. But ignoring it, leaving it to fester in the shadows, creates a kind of energetic drain, leaving you feeling utterly depleted. It's like trying to run a marathon on one leg. The exhaustion isn't punishment, it's a feedback mechanism. Your body is saying, "Hey, you're missing a huge chunk of yourself. Get back in touch with your wild side." This isn't about willpower or pushing through, it's about exploration and integration. Think of it like this. You can't fully appreciate the beauty of a sunset if you are only focused on the horizon. You need to embrace the whole panorama, the darkness as much as the light, the shadows as much as the brilliance. It's about acknowledging the full spectrum of your being, the light and the dark, the tamed and the untamed. Only then can you truly feel whole, truly feel energized. This isn't about fixing a problem, it's about embracing a journey. Jung saw this shadow self, the parts of ourselves we repress, not as something evil, but as a potent source of energy, creativity, and even wisdom. Ignoring it is like trying to run a car on only 3 cylinders, it sputters and eventually stalls. Integrating it, however, is like discovering a hidden turbocharger. Suddenly, you have access to a whole new level of power and performance. It's not about conquering the darkness, it's about understanding it, embracing it, and ultimately, making it a part of your whole self. This isn't about fixing a broken part, it's about building a more complete and powerful machine. It's about becoming the best version of yourself, a version that includes all of you, the good, the bad, and the utterly bewildering. Jung believed that this exhaustion, this pervasive sense of blah, is a direct result of neglecting this shadow self. It's not a medical condition, it's a spiritual drought. Think of it as your inner landscape. If you only cultivate the pretty flowers of your conscious desires, the weeds of your unconscious will inevitably choke the life out of everything. That's your soul screaming for attention, not through anger or protest, but through a quiet, persistent, soul-crushing fatigue. It's a passive-aggressive rebellion of the deepest kind, the kind that leaves you staring blankly at a wall for 3 hours instead of, doing things. The sentence about sensing nature's presence is unrelated and has been removed. He wasn't saying that we should wallow in our shadow selves, indulging every dark impulse. Instead, Jung encouraged a process of individuation, where we confront, understand, and integrate these hidden aspects of ourselves. It's not about eliminating the darkness, but about bringing it into the light, allowing it to inform and enrich our conscious lives. It's about becoming more fully ourselves, rather than a watered-down, less than complete version. It's about recognizing that the darkness isn't inherently bad, it's simply untapped potential, untapped energy, untapped you. Imagine your psyche as a vast, sprawling city. Your conscious mind is the brightly lit downtown area, bustling with activity, where you make decisions, interact with the world, and generally, live. But beyond the city limits lies a sprawling, shadowy underworld, your unconscious. This is where your suppressed emotions, forgotten memories, and unfulfilled desires reside. It's a place of both immense power and potential danger, a chaotic jumble of vibrant and terrifying things. Ignoring this underworld isn't an option. It's like trying to govern a city while ignoring half its population. The neglected areas fester, creating unrest and draining resources from the rest of the city. That chronic fatigue? That's the city's infrastructure collapsing under the weight of its ignored underbelly. Sensing the pulse of life around it felt more welcoming. Jung would argue that this exhaustion isn't a sign of weakness, but a profound imbalance. It's your unconscious screaming for attention, not with a roar, but a weary sigh. It's the collective groan of all those neglected streets and forgotten buildings, a subtle, persistent drain on your overall energy, a constant low-level hum of dissatisfaction. It's the silent protest of your soul, your inner city staging a passive-aggressive rebellion that leaves you staring blankly at a wall, utterly drained. This isn't about adding more hours to your day. It's about exploring the hidden corners of your own inner city. It's about urban renewal, not just for your city, but for your soul. That persistent, inexplicable tiredness isn't just a lack of sleep. It's a rebellion brewing in the depths of your being. It's a quiet protest from the parts of yourself you've diligently ignored, the dreams you've shoved aside, the passions you've suppressed. Think of it as your inner voice, not yelling, but whispering insistently in a low, almost inaudible tone, a persistent hum of discontent, a subtle vibration that rattles your very core. Sensing nature's gentle presence, you are invited forward. Jung saw this exhaustion as a symptom, not a disease. It's not a medical problem to be solved with pills, but a psychological puzzle to be unraveled. It's a call to action, a summons to explore the shadowed corners of your own psyche. It's a reminder that true wholeness comes not from ignoring the darkness, but from integrating it. It's about embracing the full spectrum of your being, the light and the shadow, the joy and the sorrow, the triumphs and the failures. Only then can you truly experience a sense of complete and lasting energy. Ignoring your shadow self is like trying to run a marathon on one leg. Eventually, you'll collapse from exhaustion. And the worst part? Your shadow self will be there, smirking, saying, "I told you so." It's about understanding that your exhaustion isn't a personal failing. It's a universal human experience, a testament to the complexity of the human psyche. We're not simply physical beings, we're intricate tapestries woven from conscious desires and unconscious yearnings. Ignoring the latter leads to an imbalance, a spiritual deficit that manifests as profound fatigue. Think of it like a river. If you dam up one part, the pressure builds, eventually causing a catastrophic breach. Jung believed this exhaustion isn't random. It's a carefully orchestrated symphony of unmet needs and suppressed desires. Your body is merely the instrument through which this inner orchestra plays its melancholic tune. It's a message, albeit an uncomfortable one, urging you to pay attention to the silent screams of your soul. It's a subtle, persistent drain on your energy, a constant low-level hum of dissatisfaction. It's a cry for balance, a plea for integration. It's a whisper from the depths, saying, "Hey, remember me? I am still here, and I am not going anywhere until you acknowledge my existence." It's time to listen, to truly hear what your unconscious is trying to tell you. And maybe, just maybe, finally give that shadow self a decent cup of coffee. It's a fascinating dance, isn't it? This constant tug of war between what we consciously want and what our unconscious craves. Jung saw this internal conflict as the root of many of our struggles, a hidden battleground where our true selves clash with the masks we wear for the world. He called it individuation, the process of becoming a whole, integrated person. But this journey, my friend, is rarely a smooth, predictable path. It's more like navigating a treacherous mountain range, with unexpected pitfalls and breathtaking vistas around every bend, sensing higher perspectives seemed within reach. Think of it this way, Your conscious mind is like a diligent gardener, meticulously tending to the roses and lilies of your aspirations. But lurking beneath the surface, in the darker corners of the garden, are the weeds, the untamed, unruly aspects of yourself that you've tried to ignore. These weeds aren't inherently bad, they're just different. They represent your repressed emotions, your unfulfilled desires, your hidden talents, and yes, even your shadow self. The parts of you that you find uncomfortable or even frightening. Ignoring these weeds, however, leads to a choked garden, one that cannot flourish. The energy gets stifled, and that manifests as the very exhaustion you're experiencing. It's like your soul is screaming, "Hey, I exist, too," in a voice only exhaustion can truly understand. And your body, being the ever-reliable messenger, delivers the message loud and clear. It's a subtle, yet persistent drain on your vitality. And that, my friend, is where the real work begins. Jung believed that true wholeness comes not from suppressing these weeds, but from integrating them into the garden, allowing them to coexist with the flowers. It's about finding a balance, a harmony between the conscious and the unconscious. This isn't about becoming some perfectly balanced, Zen master overnight. It's about acknowledging the full spectrum of your being, the light and the shadow, the beautiful and the unsettling. It's about understanding that your exhaustion isn't a sign of weakness, but a powerful indicator that something within you needs attention, needs nurturing, needs to be seen. Think of it like this. You wouldn't ignore a persistent cough, would you? You'd seek medical attention. Well, this soul-deep exhaustion is your psyche's cough, a symptom, a cry for help from the parts of yourself you've been neglecting. Ignoring it won't make it go away, it will only amplify it, making you feel even more depleted. It's a message from your inner landscape, a map leading you toward a deeper understanding of yourself. And honestly, that journey of self-discovery is way more interesting than another episode of whatever mindless show you're currently binge-watching. The reward isn't just less exhaustion, but a richer, more authentic life. A life where the garden thrives, both flowers and weeds dancing together in the sunlight. It's about becoming the gardener of your own soul, tending to all its parts, even the messy, complicated ones. It's about accepting the whole you, the beautiful and the bizarre, the bright and the shadowed. Because, let's face it, life is rarely just sunshine and rainbows. And sometimes, the weeds are just as beautiful as the flowers, in their own wild, untamed way. Apparently, ignoring your inner demons leads to more demons. And they're really bad at making coffee. They also have terrible taste in music, they keep playing that one sad song on repeat. You know the one that makes you want to curl up in a ball and cry, but also simultaneously makes you want to scream into a pillow. It's the soundtrack to your unlived life, a melancholic symphony of what-ifs and should-haves. That's the thing about the shadow self. It's not just a dark corner, it's a whole other dimension filled with bizarre creatures and even more bizarre musical choices. But the good news is, you don't have to live with that terrible soundtrack forever. You can change the record. You can learn to dance with the demons. You can even invite them to a tea party and offer them some really good coffee, ethically sourced, of course. It's about befriending those parts of yourself that you've been avoiding. It's about understanding that they are part of you and that they have a story to tell, a lesson to teach. It's not about eradicating the darkness, it's about integrating it, finding the beauty in the chaos. Because, honestly, who wants a life that's only sunshine and rainbows? A little darkness adds depth, complexity, and frankly, some much-needed spice. It makes the sunshine feel even brighter, the rainbows even more vibrant. So, embrace the weeds, my friend. They might just be the most interesting part of your garden. And maybe, just maybe, they'll finally let you change the damn song. The realization hits. This isn't just being tired, it's a cry for help from your deeper self. It's a silent scream from the parts of you that you've been diligently ignoring, stuffing down with copious amounts of caffeine and mindless scrolling. Think of it as your inner rebel staging a passive-aggressive protest, not with burning cars, but with soul-crushing exhaustion. This isn't about pushing harder, it's about listening inward, to that quiet whisper, or maybe a slightly louder shout, from your neglected desires. It's a chance to explore the hidden parts of yourself that are crying out for attention, for expression, for a chance to finally shine. It's like discovering a hidden talent you never knew you had. Only instead of painting masterpieces, you're suddenly an expert at interpretive exhaustion. The exhaustion itself is a message, a clue to a richer, fuller life waiting to be discovered. It's a treasure map leading you to the hidden riches of your own being. It's time to start digging. This isn't about pushing harder, it's about a gentler, more inward-focused approach. Think of it like this: you wouldn't ignore a persistent cough, would you? You'd investigate, find the root cause, and address it. This exhaustion is your body's and soul's cough, a persistent signal that something needs attention. It's not a sign of weakness, it's a sign of resilience, a testament to your body's desperate attempt to get your attention. It's saying, hey, something's off, and I need you to listen. The ensuing tranquility called to her spirit. Ignoring it only makes it worse, like trying to silence a crying baby with a pillow. It might work for a little while. But eventually, that baby, or your exhaustion, will find a much louder way to express its needs. Instead of pushing through, try to understand what this exhaustion is trying to tell you. What dreams have you buried? What passions have you stifled? What parts of yourself have you locked away in a dusty attic of your mind? This isn't about fixing a problem, it's about uncovering a hidden treasure. It's about discovering the beautiful, messy, complex landscape of your own inner world. And maybe, just maybe, you'll find that the cure for your exhaustion isn't rest, but a vibrant, fulfilling life, a life that acknowledges and embraces all of you, not just the parts you deem acceptable. It's about understanding that this deep-seated tiredness isn't a personal failing, it's a reflection of a disconnect, a chasm between your conscious desires and your unconscious yearnings. Think of it as a kind of internal tug-of-war, where your conscious mind desperately tries to keep up with the demands of daily life, while your unconscious silently screams for recognition. The result? Exhaustion so profound, it feels like your soul is wearing lead boots. This isn't about willpower or self-discipline, it's about integration. It's about bringing those shadowy parts of yourself into the light, acknowledging their existence, and finding a way to integrate them into your life. It's a process, not a destination, and it requires a willingness to confront uncomfortable truths that may lie hidden within. It's like entangling a massively knotted ball of yarn, a slow, painstaking process, but ultimately rewarding. You might find some surprising treasures hidden within those knots. It's a journey of self-discovery, a peeling back of layers, like uncovering a forgotten fresco beneath centuries of grime. You might find anger, sadness, or even long-forgotten joys buried deep within. Each revelation, each unearthed emotion, is a step toward wholeness. It's not a quick fix, it's a process of becoming more fully yourself. Think of it as a slow, deliberate excavation, uncovering the rich history of your own being. This isn't about magically erasing tiredness, it's about understanding its root cause. It's about acknowledging that your fatigue isn't just physical, it reflects an internal imbalance, a dissonance between your conscious and unconscious selves. It's a call to listen to your soul's whispers, not just the demands of your to-do list. It's like realizing your car is making a weird noise. Ignoring it might lead to a complete breakdown, while addressing it could be a simple fix. Sometimes, the fix isn't about adding more to your already overflowing plate, but about subtracting, shedding unnecessary weight, things that drain your energy without contributing to your well-being. This might involve saying no to unfulfilling commitments, letting go of toxic relationships, or simply taking time to reconnect with your inner landscape. It's about prioritizing what truly nourishes your soul, not just what fills your schedule. It's about creating space for neglected parts of yourself to breathe and flourish. Imagine your psyche as a vibrant ecosystem, not just a neatly organized garden. There are wild, untamed aspects that need nurturing. Ignoring them leads to imbalance, and that imbalance manifests as exhaustion, a kind of energetic drought. Think of it as a rainforest where only a small section receives sunlight, the rest is choked by shadows. This isn't about forcing yourself to become some idealized version of perfect. It's about embracing the messy, complex reality of who you are, both the light and the shadow. It's about integrating all aspects of yourself, the good, the bad, and the downright weird. Because let's be honest, your subconscious is probably harboring some truly bizarre thoughts. It's like a hidden closet full of eccentric outfits, some you'd never wear in public. But they're still a part of you. This process of integration isn't always comfortable. It might involve facing difficult emotions, confronting painful memories, or challenging deeply held beliefs. But it's through this process of confronting the shadows that you truly come into your own. It's like finally cleaning out that aforementioned closet, initially overwhelming, but ultimately liberating. The energy you've been unconsciously expending suppressing these parts of yourself can then be channeled into something more positive, more life-affirming. And you might be surprised at the creative energy that emerges once you give those shadows some light. Think of it like this: your psyche is a vast, unexplored landscape. You've been diligently tending a small, manicured garden, your conscious life. But a whole wilderness lies beyond. The exhaustion you feel isn't a lack of energy, it's a lack of exploration. You're neglecting vast tracts of potential, rich with undiscovered resources. That neglected wilderness is screaming for attention, and its silent screams manifest as fatigue. It's not just physical, it's an energetic drought, hinting at the depth of awaiting natural wisdom. This isn't about suddenly becoming a wilderness expert overnight, it's about taking the first step into the unknown. Maybe that means picking up a paintbrush after years of neglecting your creative side, or finally writing that novel you've always dreamed of. Or maybe it's as simple as taking a walk in nature, allowing yourself to be present in the moment, and listening to the whispers of your soul. Remember, your subconscious isn't some malevolent entity. It's a treasure trove of untapped potential, waiting to be unlocked. The key? Curiosity, courage, and a willingness to explore the darker, wilder aspects of yourself. It's not about conquering the shadows, but integrating them into the whole tapestry of your being. The exhaustion will lift, not because you've eradicated the shadows, but because you've finally learned to dance with them. The exhaustion you feel isn't a punishment, it's a map. A map leading you to the unexplored territories within yourself. It's your soul's GPS, guiding you toward a deeper understanding of who you truly are. Ignoring it is like ignoring your car's check engine light. It might seem easier in the short term, but eventually, you'll be stranded on the side of the road, utterly depleted. This isn't about magically erasing tiredness, it's about understanding its root cause. Think of your psyche as a vast ocean. Your conscious mind is the calm surface. But beneath lies a swirling current of emotions, experiences, and memories, both joyful and painful. The exhaustion might be the undertow, pulling you down if you don't acknowledge its presence and learn to navigate its depths. And sometimes, the weeds in your metaphorical garden aren't just weeds, they're wildflowers you haven't yet learned to appreciate. Uncovering those hidden aspects of yourself might lead to unexpected beauty and strength. It's about integration, not eradication. It's about embracing the full spectrum of your being, the light and the shadow, the calm and the storm. This journey inward isn't about fixing a broken self, it's about discovering a whole one. This isn't just about physical tiredness, it's a spiritual drought. Think of it like this: you're a magnificent, complex ecosystem. But you've been neglecting a vital part of your landscape. You've been focusing solely on the manicured lawns of your conscious mind, ignoring the whispering forests and hidden springs of your unconscious. The exhaustion is the parched earth crying out for water, for attention, for integration. Sensing nature's gentle presence, you invited her forward. That persistent fatigue is a symptom of a deeper imbalance, a disconnect between your conscious desires and your unconscious needs. It's a reminder that true well-being isn't about pushing harder, but about aligning your inner and outer worlds. It's about listening to the quiet whispers of your soul, not just the loud demands of your to-do list. It's about understanding that your shadow self isn't your enemy, it's a part of you that needs to be understood and integrated. Ignoring it only leads to further depletion. You can't simply power through a spiritual deficit, you need to address the underlying issues. Sensing nature's gentle presence invited her forward. This isn't about fixing a broken self, it's about revealing a more complete one. It's about honoring the full spectrum of your human experience, the joys and sorrows, the triumphs and failures, the light and the dark. It's about creating a holistic harmony within yourself, a balance that nourishes your soul as much as it fuels your body. And perhaps, that's when the exhaustion will finally lift, replaced by a sense of wholeness and peace you never knew existed. That persistent fatigue is a symptom of a deeper imbalance, a disconnect between what you think you want and what your soul actually craves. It's like trying to run a marathon on a single espresso shot, unsustainable. You're neglecting a vital part of yourself, leaving it parched and brittle. Sensing beauty bloomed in unexpected moments is a sign of this neglect. Think of your psyche as a vast, intricate tapestry. We often focus on the brightly colored threads of our conscious desires, neglecting the subtle shades and textures of our unconscious. The exhaustion? That's the fraying edges, the loose threads threatening to unravel the whole thing. It's a warning sign, a gentle, or not so gentle, nudge to pay attention to the parts of yourself you've been ignoring. Perhaps it's a stifled creative impulse, a long-forgotten dream gathering dust, or a buried emotion demanding to be seen. This isn't about fixing a broken self, but about weaving a more complete and vibrant one. It's about understanding that the weeds in your garden, those uncomfortable, shadowy aspects, aren't enemies to be eradicated, but integral parts of the whole. They hold valuable lessons, untapped potential, and a wealth of untold stories. Ignoring them only weakens the entire tapestry. The cure isn't more caffeine. It's about tending to the neglected corners of your being, acknowledging the full spectrum of your experience, and weaving those often overlooked threads back into the grand design of your life. It's about embracing the messy, beautiful complexity of being human. That persistent fatigue is a symptom of a deeper imbalance, a disconnect between what you think you want and what your soul actually craves. It's like trying to run a marathon on a single espresso shot, unsustainable. You're neglecting a vital part of yourself, leaving it parched and brittle. The exhaustion isn't a punishment, it's a wake-up call. It's your inner world screaming, "Hey! I exist, and I'm not happy being ignored." This isn't about self-improvement, it's about self-discovery. It's about understanding that the path to wholeness isn't a straight line, but a winding journey through triumphs and failures, light and darkness. It's about creating a holistic harmony within yourself, a balance that nourishes your soul as much as it fuels your body. And perhaps that is when the exhaustion will finally lift, replaced by a sense of wholeness and peace you never knew existed. It's about accepting the full spectrum of your being, the glorious sunshine and the shadowy corners. This realization isn't a sudden epiphany, but a gradual dawning. It's like slowly peeling back the layers of an onion, each layer revealing a new dimension of yourself. Some layers might sting a little, bringing up uncomfortable truths or buried emotions. But with each layer you uncover, you gain a deeper understanding of your own complexity, and with that understanding comes a profound sense of acceptance and self-compassion. It's a journey of self-discovery, not a race to the finish line. And that's okay, in fact, that's the point. This isn't about fixing yourself, it's about befriending your whole self, even the parts that whisper anxieties in the dead of night. It's a process of integration, not eradication. Think of it like learning to tango with your shadow. It might be clumsy at first, a chaotic mess of steps and stumbles. But eventually, you'll find a rhythm, a harmony between the light and the dark. Exhaustion isn't a sign of weakness, it's a powerful indicator that something needs attention. It's a call to slow down, listen, and truly feel what's happening beneath the surface. It's a nudge toward self-compassion, a reminder that it's okay not to be okay, and that healing is a process, not a destination. Sometimes, the most healing thing we can do is simply be present with our discomfort, acknowledging it without judgment. It's a journey inward, a deep dive into the ocean of your own being. This isn't about achieving some perfect, idealized version of yourself. It's about accepting the beautiful messiness of being human, embracing the shadows alongside the light, and finding peace in the complexity of it all. The journey inward is a journey of self-acceptance, of learning to love yourself, flaws and all. And that, my friend, is a truly powerful thing, the quiet revolution of embracing your whole self. The exhaustion will fade as you learn to dance with your own darkness. This isn't about fixing yourself, it's about befriending your whole self, even the parts that whisper anxieties in the dead of night. It's a process of integration, not eradication. Think of it like learning to tango with your shadow. It might be clumsy at first, a chaotic mess of steps and stumbles. But eventually, you'll find a rhythm, a harmony between the light and the dark. Exhaustion isn't a sign of weakness, it's a powerful indicator that something needs attention. It's a call to slow down, to listen, and to truly feel what's happening beneath the surface. It's a nudge toward self-compassion, a reminder that it's okay not to be okay, and that healing is a process, not a destination. Sometimes, the most healing thing we can do is simply be present with our discomfort, acknowledging it without judgment. This isn't about reaching some flawless ideal, it's about embracing the glorious, messy reality of being human. It's about accepting the full spectrum of your emotions, the sunshine and the storms, the triumphs and the heartbreaks. It's about finding peaceful coexistence within yourself, a quiet understanding that all your parts, even the ones you'd rather hide, are essential pieces of your unique mosaic. The exhaustion isn't a punishment, it's a call to cultivate a more balanced inner landscape. It's a gentle invitation to nurture the parts of yourself that have been yearning for attention, to let the sunlight in on the shadowed corners of your soul. Imagine your inner world as a vast, unexplored territory. The tiredness is a map, guiding you toward hidden treasures, toward a deeper understanding of yourself, and ultimately, toward a more vibrant, fulfilling life. The journey is about integration, not elimination. It's about finding harmony, not perfection. And that, my friend, is where true strength lies. Turns out, the cure for existential exhaustion isn't more caffeine. It's confronting your shadow self, and maybe seeking therapy. We often mistake busyness for productivity, mistaking the frantic spinning of plates for actual progress. But true fulfillment comes not from doing more, but from being more fully ourselves. Integrating those hidden aspects, not ignoring them, is key. Think of it as a puzzle. You can't complete the picture if you leave out crucial pieces. These hidden aspects of yourself are not your enemies, they are essential to your wholeness. Ignoring them leads to a fractured, incomplete sense of self, leaving you perpetually drained. The path to wholeness is not a sprint, it's a marathon, a gentle, persistent unraveling of the self. It's a journey of self-discovery, a dance with the shadows, a conversation with the quiet whispers of your soul. Sometimes, the greatest breakthroughs come not from grand gestures, but from small, quiet moments of self-reflection. It's about creating space for introspection, listening to the subtle cues your body and mind are sending. It's about giving yourself permission to rest, to heal, to simply be. Exhaustion is a signpost, pointing you toward a deeper, more authentic understanding of yourself. It's a call to action, a gentle nudge toward a more integrated, and ultimately, more fulfilling life. It's about learning to dance with the darkness, not running from it. The shadows are not villains, they are simply parts of you waiting to be understood. So, what hidden part of yourself is demanding a coffee break, or maybe a therapist? Are you neglecting a creative passion, burying a painful memory, or avoiding a difficult conversation? Exhaustion is not a punishment, it's a clue. It's your inner world screaming for a voice, a chance to be heard, to be integrated into the tapestry of your being. This is not about fixing yourself, it's about understanding yourself more fully. It's about accepting the messy, complicated, beautiful reality of who you are, shadows and all. Embrace the weird, the wonderful, and even the downright terrifying parts of yourself. They are all part of your story, and your story is worth telling. Don't shy away from the discomfort, lean into it. The path to wholeness is rarely easy, but it is always rewarding. And remember, you are not alone on this journey. We all have our own shadows to contend with. Share your unexplained tiredness stories. Let's collectively unravel this Jungian mystery. Let's create a space where we can explore these hidden aspects of ourselves without judgment, without shame, and with a healthy dose of dark humor. After all, what's life without a little existential dread, punctuated by the occasional witty observation about its absurdity? Let's start a conversation, share our experiences, and learn from one another. The path to wholeness is a collective journey, and we're all in this together. Let's unpack this together, one cup of coffee, and maybe some therapy at a time. Your healing may seem complete, but it's actually ongoing. That's the bittersweet truth about the human condition, isn't it? We strive for resolution, for a neat and tidy ending. But life, much like a really bad rom-com, often prefers a cliffhanger. We're always evolving, always learning, always unpacking new layers of ourselves, sensing the depth of natural wisdom that awaits. Think of it like peeling an onion. Each layer reveals a new level of understanding, a new facet of your being. Sometimes it's a sweet, juicy layer, Other times, it's pungent and makes you cry. But the journey itself is the point. It's not about reaching some mythical state of perfection, but about embracing the ongoing process of growth and self-discovery. And honestly, isn't the process far more interesting than the destination? It's in the peeling, in the tears, in the unexpected flavors that we truly discover the depth and complexity of who we are. This continuous unfolding is what makes life so fascinating, so unpredictable, and so utterly human. Embrace the messiness, the ongoing nature of healing, and the beautiful imperfection of being alive. The beauty lies not in reaching the core, but in the experience of peeling back the layers, in the continual self-revelation. It's a journey of constant learning, continuous self-discovery, and even continuous self-acceptance of the ever-evolving self. It's about accepting that you are a work in progress, a beautiful, messy, ever-changing work of art. And that, my friend, is something truly worth celebrating. The journey, the process, the ever-unfolding self. That's where the real magic lies. So keep peeling, keep learning, keep growing. The view from within is worth the tears. What do you think? Anyone with similar experiences, please comment below and check out the full video via the link below.